Coming up on Mountain News this morning, emergency vehicles from across eastern Kentucky made their way to Breathitt County on Thursday to honor the life of Jaden Spicer. And folks living near the wild horses in Breathitt County say they support rehoming them.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. The time is now 6:27 and today's date is Friday, August 22nd. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, all morning, Megan and I have been dreaming of these fall temperatures, but unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait a little longer. It feels pretty good outside, but from what I've heard, it's only going up from here.
Exactly right. Just a little bit longer you'll have to wait, and then we're looking at those nice fall-like temperatures all next week. But today, not so much. Here's a look at what we're seeing out the door this morning. 60s, so not too bad as you're heading out the door. However, it is the afternoon high temperatures that are really taking a swing for summer, as we're seeing upper 80s and chances for low 90s. We will have mostly sunny skies accompanying those hot temperatures, so make sure you're staying hydrated during the hottest portions of the day. And as we're going through the next several hours, here's what we're looking for: a mixture of partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, high temperatures around 4 p.m. Caroline.
Megan, thank you. Rescue crews in Wolfe County saved a group of elderly women Wednesday night. The women were staying in a remote cabin. They were relaxing in a hot tub, but two of them could not get out. The two started overheating and became unresponsive. Rescuers got the duo out of the water and helped them cool down. The women are recovering at the hospital. A man is charged with DUI after a crash involving a Knox County EMS vehicle. An arrest citation lists Stephen Jones as the operator of the vehicle. Kentucky State Police say Jones called dispatch saying he had been drinking and needed someone to work the crash. Jones told troopers he had had 2 beers after he got off work hours before the crash. Troopers say Jones tried to avoid a deer and may have hit a street sign on Highway 1304. In Laurel County, a man is facing charges after he was accused of hitting another man. Police were called to a business off Kentucky 770 Wednesday. They say they received a complaint about a fight going on. When they got there, they say Richard Logsden was under the influence and smelled of alcohol. Logsden was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Emergency vehicles from across eastern Kentucky made their way to Breathitt County on Thursday to honor the life of Jaden Spicer. People from other counties and states came to Jackson after hearing the tragic ending to a week-long search for the young boy. Breathitt Funeral Home owner Jeff Hamilton says when people heard of Jaden's death, there were calls from across the country donating money for Jaden's arrangements. This includes a custom-made Spider-Man casket all the way from Texas.
Us people in eastern Kentucky, I've always been proud to be from eastern Kentucky because when something like this tragedy strikes, people, they step up, they step in, and they do what needs to be done, and they come together. And we're a very tight-knit, close bunch of people. Aspire
Appalachia shared an update to its Jaden initiative. The group wanted to create 50 comfort care bags for children entering the foster system to honor Jaden's memory. Now they say every item on their list has been purchased. During the East Kentucky Leadership Awards, we share stories of many local faces who have made a difference in the region. One of those leaders died last week, but those who knew her say her impact will continue to shape generations. WYMT's Buddy Forbes remembers Quintessa Peak.
Sometimes I feel my impact is smaller, so maybe I wouldn't be considered a leader, but...
You know, losing one person, you lose a lot. And one person who was so active and such a great voice is really going to hurt a lot.
Quintessa Peak's impact on her Letcher County community has been larger than she ever anticipated.
The person that when you were around, you strive to be your best. She brought out the best in people.
The Appalachian advocate dedicated her life to service, from amplifying Black voices to supporting community centers as cultural staples.
Someone has said, we need more Quins, and it couldn't be a more true statement.
All while battling sickle cell anemia, which she was diagnosed with at only 11 months old.
You know, she was in pain a lot in her life, but that didn't seem to stop her from being engaged in the community.
Using her story to rally for blood donations, encouraging others to give back where she could not.
She talked about already having outlived what the initial prognosis was for her.
Back in the early 80s, this was old age for many patients with sickle cell because many didn't make it out of their 20s.
The Neon Woman was celebrated as a community leader earlier this year at the East Kentucky Leadership Awards, saying she hopes for a bright future for her region.
And we just hoped she'd go on and on. But
Peak died Friday at the age of 44, leaving a community to mourn while making a promise.
I think a lot of people are committed to carrying on her legacy.
Saying her reach was wider than she knew, and her voice and vision can never be silenced.
Her legacy will continue, and things that were of value to her will continue because of the love and effort that she put into that over the years.
In Letcher County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Many community members have shared their condolences online, saying they plan to flood the blood centers with donations in memory of Peak, who received hundreds of transfusions throughout her life. Folks living near the feral horses in Breathitt County say they support rehoming the horses. Faith Riley says the horses are basically in her backyard, which gives her an up-close and personal look at their condition. She says some of the horses are starving and others have been hit by cars and have broken bones. Riley says at this point she wants to see the horses in new homes so they are loved and well cared for.
You can call it free roaming horses to make it sound beautiful, but that is an abandoned horse. That is a horse that is fighting for its life back on that hill. That is a horse that has to hunt for its own food and find it. Yes, there are wild horses out west, but those have been wild horses. They ain't someone's pet that's been thrown out.
According to the Kentucky Department of Agriculture website, as of Thursday afternoon, 24 horses were taken from the Breathitt County strip mines. 18 of those have completed the 15-day stray hold, now with new owners. Animal welfare advocates are sounding the alarm on what they call dangerous horse racing practices in Puerto Rico and a lack of aftercare. Chrissy Laughlin lives in Nicholasville but spent years on the Caribbean island and says she witnessed horrific examples of neglect and abuse. Many of the horses they rescued were Kentucky bred. She is hoping some of the programs offered in the United States will be used to help keep better eyes on the animals.
How important are those tabs and data points to be able to monitor?
They are critical and really a cradle to grave philosophy of monitoring horses, which I believe the industry as a whole supports and is moving toward that kind of transparency and tracking.
There's only one racetrack in the island. The track has vehemently denied the abuse and neglect allegations and criticism. One Middlesborough business shared with its customers that business is not booming like before, and now they are asking for help. I spoke with the owner of Padroni's Pizza.
Give us about 25 minutes if you could. Thank you.
A pizza shop in Middlesborough is facing tough times. But after the owner posted a plea for support on Facebook, the community stepped up.
When we opened with a bang last September, and it was great, a few months, and it just kind of steadily declined since then. I need help. I don't want to leave the community. This is great. This is now my home.
Owner Chase Mason says once his post gained traction, folks began to fill the restaurant nonstop.
We had to close early last night because we ran out of so many different products. So this morning I was up at 5 a.m., ran to Knoxville, got more, and now we're back open again.
Among those who showed up to help was Sarah Craig, a friend and loyal customer. She and several others jumped in to run the dining room and wash dishes.
Everybody needs help. It takes a village, you know, to help each other out, and we just really wanted to come and help him out.
Craig says the restaurant is more than just another pizza place.
It's the cheapest pizza place in town. I would come here out of any other pizza place there is. He has these breadsticks, they're the stuffed cheese sticks. We call them God's appetizers because they are so good. I mean, it's amazing.
She worries about what Middlesborough would lose if businesses like this cannot survive.
So we got to keep the local business. It's okay to go and visit other places, but this is where you live. You need to be able to come and support.
For Mason, the support is a reminder to keep fighting.
It's a lot of encouragement, and it just reminds me we just got to keep pushing. We just got to keep riding the storm. We'll get through it.
He says he will keep making pies as long as the community keeps coming through the doors. Padroni's Pizza is open 7 days a week and is across the street from Middlesborough Middle School. While there's been a lot of rain in Kentucky this year, we've experienced a drier spell as of late. This has caused concerns for local fire officials. Clark County has already issued a burn ban, but they're not the only ones worried about the lack of rain. Woodford County Fire Chief Melvin Montgomery is aware of the concern during the next 10 days as rainfall looks to be marginal.
By the weekend, if we don't get some kind of rain, we'll probably have to cut all burns off for the time being.
Chief Montgomery says these conditions make it easy for fires to get out of hand. If you do need to burn something, make sure that burn is supervised at all times. For the first time in 30 years, the American Academy of Pediatrics is straying away from government recommendations after the CDC has changed perspective on childhood COVID vaccines. The AAP has created their own recommendations, saying all children between ages of 6 months and 23 months should still get the shot. One doctor who works for the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department says the recent decision made by HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has set things back a bit.
While there may be sponsors to provide for benevolent funding, our whole world revolves around sponsorship and philanthropic giving.
Davis says when it comes to kids, he wants to see them get the shot. The health department does say if you've got a child that is older than 2 and does have risk factors, make the decision that you and your pediatrician decide together for the best result for your child. With summer break coming to an end and the school year resuming, officials are stressing the importance of not passing school buses when they're picking up or dropping off kids. The Ohio State Highway Patrol shared a school bus's dash cam video during drop-off on State Route 141 in Gallia County. The jarring video shows a pickup truck going off the road to get around a stopped school bus seconds after kids had gotten off. Tiffany Pascal has 4 kids who go to school in the district and says it's infuriating to watch.
It was very disturbing to see at the least. Kids walking across should be safe, not dangerous. It always scares me with my children walking across the road to get on the bus as well.
Troopers say the driver of that truck was found and cited. Drivers who violate Ohio's school bus stopping laws can be fined up to $500 and could have their license suspended.
Some folks out in the mountain are looking at fog this morning, especially as you travel more toward our eastern counties and our Virginia counties. Now, this will begin to clear out as that sun heats up the ground, and we're looking at a mixture of mostly sunny skies for the remainder of your Friday. Alongside these mostly sunny skies, there will be some hot temperatures, mainly sitting in those upper 80s for the day, with some folks even having chances of hitting that 90-degree mark. 90 is that forecast high for Middlesborough, Somerset, and Hayden. And as we go through the next several hours, here's what you need to know on the way to school. We're looking at a mixture of the mid-60s with mostly cloudy skies and, of course, those fog chances. You're heading home, we're looking at sunny skies, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. A new startup aims to get people to enjoy the great outdoors with help from the world of video games.
Travel